Hi, fellow streamers. So it's time for another stream and another episode of Let's Talk Streaming. In today's episode, which is episode 5 of season 1, we're going to talk about scheduling, and we're also going to get into Twitch and actually set up a schedule. So before I really dive into the how-to stuff, clicking 1, 2, 3, setting it up in Twitch, I want to just bring you into a little bit of how I am thinking about scheduling. And of course, your circumstances might vary. You might be a beginner struggling with streaming, getting started streaming, or you're looking into start streaming. And maybe even just looking to take that next step to really push for becoming an established streamer. Based from the other stream, which I did 1 or 2 days ago, where I talked about the Twitch achievements and what we could learn from them, one thing that really stood out amongst all of Twitch achievements was the accumulative hours streamed, the number of streams on a rolling 30-day period. And the way that you really get after that is consistency. And how do you get consistency? Set a schedule, follow the schedule, execute the schedule. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I can bring more, let's say, I would like to say order, but it's not quite order. It's more like it's a preset schedule, which I don't have to think about when I'm going to stream. When can I fit this into my life? It's just, no, I have set aside a time to do it, and then I don't have to think about the when, and I can focus more on the what and the how. Right? So we can actually eliminate one obstacle, let's say, with streaming just by setting a schedule, because of course everyone can stream or do anything in life when they feel like it. But when you don't feel like it, it's easier to say and put it off and like, you know what, I feel a little bit tired, or I don't have the energy up, and you know what, I'm just going to do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into tomorrow, and tomorrow, and you're actually looking at an expert procrastinator, right? So I've been through all the excuses of why I should not do something. And actually today, and it's a great day. It's not even an analogy. I had a rough day today. I was feeling low on energy, and it would be so easy for me to just fall into my old habits, let's say, of I'll do it tomorrow. But that's not the goal at which I'm trying to achieve here. So I have to kind of get my sleeves up and get to work, if you will, of actually showing up for you guys, but more importantly, also for myself, because I want to form that consistency. And I'm going to say the magic word here, which you might have seen coming: discipline. And I'm not saying this to scare you off, but the sooner you can get into consistency and form the discipline, it will start to feel a little bit automatic of, hey, I'm going to stream. I'm going to stream. And when you get into the consistency, another advantage of that is you will also learn the mechanics of it, of what my stream, from a workflow perspective. So what's the stream workflow? Well, for me, open up OBS, check my microphone in the recording, make sure that it's coming back and it's working, because look at my earlier stream. I did an entire stream and I didn't realize that my mic was muted. Anyways, all of those things get easier with more repetitions, right? So we're coming back again to the benefits and the importance of a schedule. Now, from the practicality standpoint for me in my life, I want to try to set, or no, I'm actually going to quote Yoda here. It's do or do not. It's not try, right? So I'm going to do streaming daily and set that as a goal, and set up it in my life and in my, let's say, weekly schedule as best I can. And then I will do my best to execute on it. And then life and myself is quickly going to find out over 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks if it's sustainable or not. Probably we'll need to do some adjustments, but then we don't have to spend so much time trying to figure out what works. We can go in a way of setting up a schedule, be like, yeah, that looks about right. And then we set that up, we declare that we're going to go for it. And then we just grow and adapt and overcome as we go, right? It's again coming back to what I keep saying, which is becoming a common theme across these streams, is start from nothing, and then you figure out what's the next step and what's the easiest, the minimum step you can take. And you don't have to schedule this out for the next 3, 6, or 5 months. For me, what I'm doing is I'm looking at how does my average weekday look like? What does my weekend look like? Create this base schedule of the time slot which I'm going to stream. And then I'm just going to multiply that for every month for, throughout the rest of the year. Sure, there will be, I don't know, Christmas or holidays or whatever, which will throw the scheduling out of a loop. But then I can deal with those specific circumstances rather than trying to, when they come and appear, rather than trying to create this grandmaster schedule plan for the rest of the year, which I don't know about you, but let's keep it simple, my thinking. So for me, for the weekends, let's actually do this. Let's start super simple. We could use Excel, you could use Google Sheets, you can use whatever calendar tool you have. I'm just going to start with a blank canvas here and using Notepad in Windows. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So actually, I'm going to do it like this. Why? Because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have work full time. Time is limited, and I also, of course, need to go to bed at a reasonable time, get my sleep in so I can perform at work, right? So I'm going to actually declare this in my time zone to be, let's say, 6:30 to, I would say, or is that realistic? Let's actually back this up to 7, just to have some room between work and streaming. So let's say I do 9, 8. Let's do an hour and a half for starters, right? That's 1.5 hours. And to keep things simple for me and my life has where, this is going to be the main thing. And of course, your life might have more other things that preoccupies you from actually doing what I do. But that's the cool part. You're not me. I'm not you. You do what works for you. Find those time slot, schedule them in, pre-schedule them as far out as you can so that time is locked in for you so that you can focus on more valuable, if you will, more productive things like actually streaming, providing content and entertainment for your viewership. Friday is a bit special because it's the weekend, right? And I work Monday through Friday. So maybe I set up that I will stretch down. I would like, and here's the thing, I would like to do this. That's 7 to 9. What I don't like when I look at this now is that it deviates from the Monday through Friday work block, which is 9 to 8:30. Now I have to remember that Fridays are special, or I could go longer. From a scheduling standpoint, I want to try to keep things as simple as possible and as consistent as possible because that eliminates like guesswork or keeping track of, is it Friday? Is it this or is it that? And maybe that's your schedule. All right, but I try to simplify where I can. You can also try to simplify where you can make sense. So I'm actually going to do this. Set up 7 to 8:30, just like everything else. Then we're in that weekday block. It's easy to keep track of because if I can actually go longer. Nothing dictates that I have to stop streaming here in terms of the activity of streaming and the schedule. Sure, there might be an expectance from viewers, I assume, where, you went longer and I wish I knew the blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but they can watch the recording, right? But, see it as a bonus that you give to the viewers and the community. At least that's how I see it. So I'm going to keep that the same. And the same actually goes true for all of these. I can extend the, if life and everything permits. That's always an option. Now, Saturday and Sunday, I really want to have, I want to see, no, again, Yoda, do or do not. So I will do, and I will adjust as needed as I go later. But let's declare that I'm going to also do streaming Saturday and Sunday. And this streaming every day may not be remotely even realistic for you because you might have time limits, and that's okay, because the key point to any scheduling is consistency. And as I shared in the video, or sorry, the stream about those Twitch achievements when I went through that, yeah, you're gonna qualify for most of them. It's just a question of how many, let's say, levels up in each achievements that you get, depending just on how much, how often, and how long you can stream. And I stressed it back then, and I'm gonna stress it again. Focus on finding what's sustainable for you that you can consistently do over a longer time frame. That's more important than having 2 weeks. You just stream as much as you can and stuff, and then you find out that you burn out and you can't fit it into your life, and you get off the rails, and then you stop streaming. No, it's better to under commit and do that consistently than overcommitting and then just not being able to keep it up. Just like when you first go to the gym, right? Start small and grow and build from there. So Saturday, let's try, because I'm not 100% sure on how, because I haven't actually thought that much about weekends. Some thoughts that's going through my mind now is I would like to do a morning stream and then an afternoon evening stream. But I'm not too sure about it and how it will play out in reality. But let's just do 10 to 11:30, or let's actually keep it simple, 10 to 12. And let's keep the same for Sunday as our first slot. And then let's keep it simple. Let's do 7 to 8:30 again. Now, these are going to cut into, let's say, relationship time with my girlfriend and things like that. And I will need to adjust this 100%. I want to just set this, start here, and adjust as I'm doing it, rather than spending the mental energy now, let's say, to try and find the perfect schedule. Because we're going to get to the perfect scheduling while we're doing it when we need to adjust it because of life necessities, right? And then life as one force, and ourself and our dream and desire to stream and commitment of doing so, actually doing so, is having an opposite force. And together, this is going to actually mold our actual schedule, what it's going to turn out to be over time. So we're going to get there. So I'm not worried about finding the perfect schedule. So this is what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do and start with. From the schedule standpoint, of course, a little part of me is saying like, I want to just freak out. And what am I going to talk about? And what about this? And what about that? I'm going to trust that just I'm going to find a way. I trust in myself and my ability to actually be able to find something meaningful to talk to you about. Streaming is a long topic, like a big topic, and there's a lot that goes into it. So first part was just setting the schedule. Next part is setting, we have another topic to talk about first, but the other part, I will get to that in a second, I promise. Then there's the technical side of actually setting this up in the Twitch schedule. We will do that soon. Another thing to bear in mind, and again, I want to kind of detach what I'm about to say now from the challenge or the exercise, if you will, of defining your schedule like I've just done. Because it can easily become a distraction. But it is important, and that is to try to figure out ahead of time, ahead of the schedule, what is the main topic of the stream going to be. Now, if you're doing gaming, it could just be like a let's play theme, or it can be something specific. If you're doing like content or how-to videos, which I'm doing, it's helpful to have a plan ahead of time. And I would assume also that if you can, or I think I saw this as I was looking into the schedule earlier, that you can actually define the title of the stream and schedule that ahead of time, so that the Twitch audience can actually be able to see, so streaming's here to here, or you as a streamer has a stream schedule and that's the topic, and if it's interesting, they will find a way to be there. But then they know about it versus just having a generic streaming slot schedule, right? Here's the kicker. It's more important, the way I see it, to get your schedule done and get it up on Twitch or a generic, let's say, Twitch streaming slot, title-wise. That's more important than not doing it because I want to figure out what's the actual stream topic I'm going to do for a week. So here again, we're coming back to this whole building block thing I've been talking about. With I don't have a schedule set. I'm setting a schedule as best I can right now without spending too much time on it. And then the next part is, after that's done, I guess I can come back in and adjust and tweak the titles. And yeah, that will actually be a great segue to move on and actually load up Twitch and actually do this, setting this up as a Twitch schedule. Let's do that. Oh, hi Liv. I missed you. Welcome back to the stream. I do remember you. We talked yesterday, right? Today I'm talking about streaming and scheduling. And I know I saw it somewhere. Where was it? Channel moderation. Where was it? Now, and I know I probably can jump back to the main menu and use the profile way of going here, but I want to try and figure out the creator dashboard and the menu here, because that's where all the options are. So, okay, so we have the stream, we have alerts. No, alert box, we did that in a previous stream. It's not analytics, obviously. Content. Nope. Settings stream is not it. Okay, so we found the schedule. When we go to the creator dashboard, and then we go down under settings, we click on channel. So it's, let me see if I can get this. Yeah, settings, channel, and then we have schedule. And this is actually a quite nice feature I see that Twitch has now, which is that I can set the schedule up in my time zone, but it's localized. So Twitch will automatically switch the schedule to whatever time zone that the viewer has, so they can see it in their local time. And I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to set this up in split screen. And then I'm going to start to populate this as, the schedule we have from the left and go to the right. So we're going to click on add stream, tell your viewers what they're in for. Let's talk streaming. And now I'm just doing the generic approach, right? And I will set up the schedule. And then as I have a session or off stream, on stream, I'm not sure yet, I will actually plan out a series of these streams, the topic and what we're going to cover. And then I will come back in and update the titles so that we can showcase what we're going to talk about. And that, of course, can be a fluid thing, changing over time depending on streams, questions, and so on. But at least this way we have something so that we can tell the Twitch viewers, the audience, our audience and followers when we're going to stream. So we're gonna select a character, and I'm doing what is it? Talk. And this is how you know it's live, because I just forgot what I'm actually streaming in. So let's go and check that. Come on. Where is it? So it's actually, I think the easiest way is just to do it. Let's go back to Twitch and let's mute it and browse. If it was ERL and just chatting. That's why I couldn't remember it. So ERL and just chatting. And then we go back to creator dashboard. And then it was settings, channel, and schedule. So now I've come here twice, and every time it was a little bit easier. So add stream. Let's start streaming. Just chatting. And it would be 7 p.m. for... Okay, so they don't have half hours. Okay, so I guess it's 2 hours for me then, or do I do 1 hour and overcommit? Yeah, let's start there. Again, so my ambition here is to stream around 1.5 to 2 hours. However, I can also see scenarios which actually happened yesterday where I was I felt done with the stream in just after an hour. And coming back to the under promise and over deliver, and also keeping things simple and achievable so that we can form the habit, which is more important than the actual duration, because we can grow and expand as we go. I'm actually just gonna adjust this back to 1 hour. So we're gonna just do a quick update here so we can reflect that. And we're gonna set 7 to 8. Now, immediately, I am kind of having this like, some pressure is off, because this, for me, it's in terms of, let's say, not the frequency or the amount of times that we stream a week, but the duration. I see streaming for an hour. Yes, definitely doable, I feel. So that was helpful. And again, it doesn't mean that we have to stop streaming after 1 hour. So I think that's a better scenario to have it than have the viewers be surprised that I'm streaming longer, than having the viewer maybe looking for this stream and looking forward to and making time out of the day for 2 hours, and then I'm just going to stream for 1 hour. So I'd rather have the scenario, like I said, where they are surprised by I'm over delivering. So that's the scenario I would rather have. And having said that, I just realized that here's the 30-minute option. Like I said, I'm doing this. I'm transparent. I'm gonna blunder. I'm gonna make mistake. I'm going to miss things. Come on, control button. Why don't you? Here we go. Here, completely like missed it. Maybe it's because I'm a dude and I don't read stuff enough. Who knows? But so here's the 30 minutes, and now I'm in the another interesting thing was like now I kind of like just doing it for an hour. But no, we're going to go back to the original thing. 1.5 hours for me. And start there. And just see how it goes. Right, and then this frequency we do every Monday, every Tuesday. So okay, so I thought I would be able to multi-select these Twitch, but you're actually meaning I need to set up one schedule for every day. Okay, then I guess we're doing that and keeping it simple. So that was every Monday. So we add another, save changes, and oh, so good, it keeps it in memory. So now every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday. Right. Now, I want to see how this looks now in okay, so here we see, yeah, exactly. So here we see now the schedule I set up underneath here. Again, we're at the profile, creator dashboard channel, sorry, settings, then channel, and then click on the schedule tab. And we can now see that we have every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Still need to set up Saturday and Sunday. I just wanted to look at how this turned out before committing to the weekend, let's say. So we're gonna add a stream to the schedule. Again, it's Let's Talk Streaming. And we said we want to do this between 10 a.m. for 2 hours every Saturday. Remember to click add another, so we stay in this view. Then we do every Sunday. Oh, I forgot to set the category, didn't I? Just chatting. And then every Saturday from 7 p.m. for 1 hour, 30 minutes. Now we do the same for Sunday. And I need to go back and fix, which one was it that didn't have a, here we go. This is nice where you can actually schedule streams, but not pick a category. But I want to pick a category. No. Just chatting. Just going over everything, and that was the morning one. Click save changes. And now we've done the tech stuff to just get this done, right? But we have a really important, really important activity to do now, and that's review how the schedule turned out in Twitch, just to catch if we made any mistakes. Because if we miss it and we did some mistake and it turned out on the time we're not going to be there, and you have viewers turn up and you're not on stream, it's obviously not good, right? Some things can always happen, but at least this is a simple mistake I'm hoping to avoid. So every Monday between 7 p.m. to 8:30, that's 1.5 hours. Tuesday, same thing. Wednesday, same thing, which is good. Thursday, same thing. 8:30. This one I already know. I will need to adjust because I have a meeting at 8:30 p.m. So then, yeah. So I'll change this one for Thursday. And the thoughts that's going through my mind here now is either I keep this as it is, or I just go back to the 1 hour streams to keep that stream commitment consistent. Because now when, I do this same rhythm, same schedule, which help with just execution, you never have to think about when you stream. Now I have to remember that on Thursdays, I have a meeting, right? And I cannot stream longer than 8. Or I can go a bit longer, right? But no, I will keep it like this. So why am I sharing this type of mental ping pong that's going on in my mind? It's just to share that with you. And maybe I'm voicing out thoughts which could help you figure stuff out and get going, or just to relate that, no, you're not alone about having this ping pong going back and forth about things like this. So that's why I share, right? At least that's why it's important to me. Because like I said, it's just as much my journey as it is your journey, as it is our journey together on becoming established and great streamers. So Friday 7 to 8:30. And then we're coming into the weekend, which is special. So for Saturday, it's between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. And then 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And then we do the same for Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Why did... no, because it's a.m. to p.m., right? This is why I got confused. I thought, why is 7 later than 10? But then it's the a.m. and p.m. American, some European. Damn it. We can have fun with this. We can tease each other just a little bit. It's all humorous nature, right? This gets me every time. Really does. All right, so that's set up. I already know, which I said before, weekend I will definitely need to adjust, no question about it. But now I have said something. I don't have to spend time and energy and effort trying to review too much upcoming events, upcoming things, and we've actually achieved by setting up our stream schedule. Now, as you're watching this right now, as you are either looking to start stream or you're actually streaming, I want to challenge you, a direct challenge. Set this up. Either if you're part now of the live streaming and you see this, just open up Notepad or a piece of paper or anything and just jot down when you're going to stream and for how long you're going to stream, from what time to what time and the duration. And then go into Twitch. Like I said, you go log into Twitch, profile, create your dashboard, click on settings in the left-hand pane menu, click channel, and then click the tab schedule. And you already see now in the video how to set it up and get this set up. That's challenge number 1. And when you completed that challenge, write to me in the comment, regardless if it's on stream here or wherever you see this video. I really want to hear that, yes, I took the challenge and I've done it. I would really love to hear that and be able to share you on as well, because it may not look like a big thing, but it's actually a goal that is very achievable for you as a streamer. Absolutely, you can 100% do this. If you run into obstacles, do the same. Just wherever you find the video, just post this in the comments. Hey, I'm trying to take your challenge to set up my streaming schedule, but I can't find it, or I have this technical problem or whatever. And I will do my very best to try and help you overcome that. So that was streaming and scheduling and setting up a Twitch streaming schedule. Now we can move on to the next part, like I said, because now, and of course, I almost forgot. Perhaps even more important than making sure that our Twitch schedule here is set up correctly is to remember to put it in your own real life calendar or however you keep organized everything. Get it in the calendar. That's like the first thing definitely that you should do after your schedule is just get it in your calendar. And I'm going to do this as soon as I get off stream. And I'm going to type put the schedule in my calendar as remember it after the stream. About remembering things, here's a helpful tip. Just now I'm going off topic from this stream, but on the topic of remembering stuff, do you want to hear a life hack about remembering things? When I came up with this idea, my life got a lot easier. For the really important things, which I know that I need to remember this. Not only do I know that if I go, oh, but I'm going to remember that. When I have those thoughts, I know that that's a huge alarm clock because I will never, ever remember it ever again. But the life hack is that for important stuff like that, I just pick up my phone, go to my Gmail, and send me an email about it. title, whatever I need to remember, and it's in my inbox. Serves two purposes. One, it takes that idea or that thought out of my mind to somewhere I know which I'm going to find it. So I am freeing up mental capacity because I don't have to have all these thoughts running around, which I need to remember this and that and that and that, and all this occupies mental space. So I can offload that to my Gmail. Another nice functionality with Gmail and also email is you can right click and snooze. So I want to be reminded about this, let's say during the week. I want to be reminded at, let's say, Saturday at 8. Snooze until Saturday at 8. And I get an automatic reminder in my inbox. That's a life hack I set up for stuff that I really need to remember. Or I would say not forget. Yeah, I guess it's the other aspect of it. Stuff I shouldn't forget or get the reminder of. And then I can, keep snoozing it, which is bad, but then I get reminded about it until I get tired of seeing it. So I'm actually going to act on it. Let's say it's not time sensitive. Just keep snoozing it until I just deal with it. Right, so now we did that, and topics. All right, so I'm just gonna think out loud here. And so what am I going to do? So we're going through Twitch and setting up Twitch in our Let's Talk streaming. And we've done scheduling now. And what's next up? Next up, I think setting up our stream manager. Because I saw there were options in there and stuff we can look at. And I'm not looking for the specific title of the stream. This is just, let's say, a memory jogger to me right now. So what's the topic? Okay, stream manager. Okay, let's have a look at what that means. And what's next? We can look into viewer rewards. And I'm actually going to put this in parentheses because I'm currently a beginner. So I don't have, let's say, if I had 100 viewers come up and I had starting to see some loyal viewers, I'm seeing Liv here coming again. Those are now we can start to look at viewer rewards. And since Liv is coming back, yeah, maybe it makes sense that I look into viewer rewards, right? Because otherwise, that's an action a little bit more in the future. Because if you don't get any viewers at all, setting up viewer rewards, at least the way I'm thinking, doesn't make much sense. Maybe that effort is better spent on something else. But it's an idea to keep moving on. Then we have streaming tools and extensions. So extensions, I think we looked briefly over in yesterday's stream. I'm just going to confirm. Yeah, so that was the crowd control and blurb and so on. Streaming tools, what are those? Browse the most common tools for streaming on Twitch below. So it's crowd control, streaming elements, Streamlabs Thrones. Okay, I understand now. So what's the difference between streaming tools and extensions on Twitch? So Twitch streaming tools versus Twitch extension, what's the difference? As I understand it right now, I've just glossed over it. Streaming tools is external tools outside of Twitch, either standalone or integrating towards Twitch. I would assume integrating towards Twitch, but I haven't looked into them, so I don't know, but I would assume so. Extensions are Twitch internal. Let's see, so we have crowd control, things like that, add to my channels, extension for games. Yeah, so it's all like you see here, add. So it's all, I would say most of all, I haven't reviewed them all because there's a lot. Twitch extensions is internal, streaming tools, external. So I think I would actually start with, if I'm going to cover this, I'm going to cover streaming extensions and streaming tools. And another benefit of starting to kind of map it out like this is that, let's say when I do streaming in Stream Manager and I realize it only took 20 minutes to cover, I can pivot and actually go into viewer rewards or an other, and either then change the schedule, but maybe I need to cover viewer rewards again in detail or even more detail, because if you have your audience come up and I really want to look at viewer rewards, and then I've already streamed it and changed it, of course that can disappoint them. So there are some considerations to be made. But still having something on the go, and it's coming next. So actually, if I get done with this, I could also think about, let's say, bonus topics, or if I'm done early or something prevents it, so that I can pivot something meaningful and provide more valuable content out to my viewers. If you're gaming, it could be alternate game, maybe, or just more of the same game. Or, I mean, if they have server downtime for reasons, pick another game. If you're gaming, maybe choosing a different but same genre, or just something you vibe with, or something else entirely. But have a mental plan, or preferably written down somewhere, so that you don't have to think and improvise on the fly. Things will happen, go faster than expected, slower than expected, but we already know that stuff like that can happen up front, so we might as well be prepared. One caveat, or not caveat, but don't let, like I said, don't let thinking about and planning and making the perfect plan be an obstacle in getting started streaming or continuing to stream. Because you remember I said those generic time slot which I set up now, it's a lot better than not having scheduled anything, like even the generic ones, placeholders, because I'm too busy trying to figure out what my stream schedule in terms of content or topics is going to be. Because that's not really taking action. I mean, it's planning, preparing for, but don't let that get in the way of taking that next step and actually defining your schedule and setting up your Twitch stream. Make sense? Right. So we're coming up now on 42 minutes. I have my meeting coming up here at 8:30. Any questions about Twitch and scheduling or streaming in general? If you're watching me in, I'm not sure, Liv, if you're still here. And I missed your question. No, I haven't had a time to check out your work yet. I'm sorry. Do you have any questions about scheduling, or is it crystal clear, or you have questions about streaming in general? And also to you, if you're watching the recording of this stream, just put it in the comments, any questions you have related to Twitch streaming scheduling in general, or any other streaming related topic. I would love to hear from you and also be able to answer your questions and hopefully play a part in empowering you to start streaming or improve on your streaming journey. And I see no question from Liv. So for now, that's a wrap. I'll catch you in the next stream. Have a good one.